Hey guys, me again. Know a lot of you are wondering, so I did get a chance to watch the second Descendants. It's glorious, so you guys should check them out. Okay, so number 7 says, if the integral from 4 to negative 10 is equal to negative 3, and the integral from 4 to 6 is equal to 5, then what's the integral from negative 10 to 6? So the key here is if you went from 4 to 6, and then you went from 6 to negative 10, that would be this trip. 4 to 6, stop at 6. Get back in 6, so I got to figure out what this would have to equal in order for that to equal negative 3. So this right here would have to equal negative 8, which means that this here is that one flipped around, so it has to equal 8. Kind of hard one to explain, so if you have questions, message me, or we can get on like a Google Meet or whatever. Number 8. It says we got a function here, f of x equals e to the, I like to think of x over 3 as 1/3 of an x. And it wants us to write a tangent line equation. In order to write a tangent line equation, I need a point and I need a slope. The point they gave me is 3 natural log of 4 comma 4. Slope, I need to take the derivative. So I take the derivative and I get e to the 1/3 x times 1/3. And then I need to plug this point right here in, the 3 natural log of 4. So I get e to the 1/3 times 3 natural log of 4 times 1/3. And 1/3 times 3 goes away. E to the natural log 4 is just 4, so I get a slope of 4/3. Then I just write an equation here, y minus 4 equals 4/3 x minus 3 natural log of 4. And that's your answer, which is A. Number 9. We have this picture here, and we got that part and that part. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. So the integral from 1 to 2 would be this area. 2 to 3 would be that negative area. From 0 to 3 would be all the way, which would be the big positive area minus the small negative area. So I just focus in on B. The integral from 2 to 3 is the smallest. 0 to 2 is the biggest, and 0 to 3 is the next biggest, so we get D. Sorry, kind of struggling to teach right now. Number 10 is the integral from 0 to 2 of x cubed plus 1 to the 1/2 times x squared. I'm not going to worry about this, I'm just going to worry about how to get this. So in order to get that, I start with an x cubed plus 1 to the 3/2. If I take the derivative of that, I get 3/2 x cubed plus 1 to the 1/2. Derivative of the inside is 3 x squared. This times this would give me a 9/2 x squared times x cubed plus 1 to the 1/2. I don't want the 9/2, so I'll go back up here and put a 2/9. Okay, so then I'm going to evaluate this from 0 to 2. So if I plug a 2 in, I'm going to factor the 2/9 out. If I plug a 2 in, I get 8 plus 1, which is 9 to the 3/2. Plug a 0 and I get 1 to the 3/2. This is the thing you guys struggled with on the last quiz before spring break. 9 to the 3/2 is square root of 9, which is 3. 3 cubed is 27. 1 to any power is 1. So I get 26. 26 times 2 is 52/9, which is answer number A. Number 11. We got x squared plus xy minus 3y equals 3. And it wants me to find dy dx at the point 2, 1. So I'm first just going to take the derivative. It's implicit. This is a product rule. So first is derivative of x is 1 times y plus x times y prime minus 3 times y prime equals 0. And now I'm going to plug the point in right there. So every x becomes a 2. So that's a 4 plus a 1 plus a 2y prime minus a 3y prime equals a 0. This is a 5 to the other side. This is a negative y prime equals negative 5. So y prime must equal 5. Which is answer number A, or letter A. Number 12. 12 says number of gallons in a storage tank is modeled by W of T equals 25 minus T squared. So that's an amount equation, and they want to know the rate at which it's changing at T equals 3. So they really just want to know W prime of 3. First we'll find W prime of T, which is negative 2T. Plug in a 3 and I get negative 2 times 3, which is negative 6. So nice and easy there. All right, I'll be back with the next set here in a minute.